My husband, Ben, was arrested in 1987. He spent 34 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. He was released from prison March of 2021. We had been married 2 months. I was 7 months pregnant, and we were getting ready for a baby. We were both working. I was at work, and he had just left to come bring me lunch. He normally brings me lunch every day. And I'd sent him home because he had a bad headache, and I told him I had made him a doctor's appointment. He was supposed to be going to the doctor's office at 3. When he woke up to get ready to go to the doctor's office, there was a knock at the door. And the yard was just covered with police and police cruisers, and they came in the house, ramshacked the house, looking for objects that was taken from the man, and they end up arresting Ben. He was arrested for capital murder. I struggled. Pretty much the whole 34 years I struggled because I couldn't understand why, we had gotten married and was having a baby, and then he just took Ben away from me. So when Ben called after the first trial, and he told me what had happened, and he said, I have to keep trusting in God. And I told him, I said, there is no God. I said, there is no God. And he said, wait. He said, there is a God. He said, I can't let you say that. And I said, well, if there's a God, why are we going through what we're going through? Why did he take you away from us? And he said, God was there the entire time. He said it was just what the people believed. Everything after Ben left fell on me. So I had to keep working, had to have the baby alone. And while Ben was in prison, we took marriage seminars, and we renewed our vows, and I thought it was going perfect, but Ben felt like he needed to go ahead and divorce me because he wanted me to live my life and have a fair chance at living and raising our son. I discovered First Baptist Church through working, and I heard the choir singing hymns, and the orchestra, they were just playing. It was so beautiful, and I was like, God, is this where you want me? Because I had been praying for a new church. I acquired a lot of friends when I started going here, but I still couldn't tell my story. I didn't feel comfortable telling people my story. And it wasn't until probably about a week before Ben came home that I actually had to sit down and tell him. The day of Ben's release, I was actually getting ready to go to Houston. Ben called. He normally calls on a Saturday. He ended up calling on a Friday. And he said, they're going to have a hearing. I need for you and BJ, our son, to head to the courthouse. I was like, okay. So we go in there, and the judge is not even there. She's on Zoom. And I see Ben walk out, and he still had on his jailhouse uniform and everything. So he comes out, and I'm just sitting there looking at him, and he apologizes to her. He apologized for any inconvenience that he put the court through. Then after that, she went ahead and granted his PR bond, and he went to the back and changed clothes, and I was like, is this really happening? And out come Ben. Right now, Ben is home. We've put our family back together. Ben asked me to remarry him, although he had been asking ever since he got the divorce. He was like, I'm going to remarry you. I was like, okay. So when he got out, we waited about 10 months, and we got remarried on our same wedding day, January the 10th. We were 35 years later, so we just celebrated our 35th wedding anniversary and wedding the same day. Have you a good friend or a good church that you can go to and talk to people? Had I had the backbone that I have now, I would have been better. But I didn't have this kind of support like I have now. Keep pushing, keep praying, and the smallest prayer, the largest prayer, just keep praying. praying because He hears you. He hears you. He comes in His own timing, but His timing is always perfect.